Millionaire habits, what is going on, guys? That is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. I feel like a lot of videos on YouTube that have millionaire habits or any video about the habits that millionaires have, a lot of them are very cookie cutter, they're very basic, and although they are important habits, I guess I also just don't agree with them is the bottom line. I also feel like a lot of these videos don't have a ton of value, and that's what I'm going to try to provide here today. A millionaire habits video that does have a lot of value and hopefully can get you moving on the track towards becoming a millionaire. But if you go to Google and you just type in what habits do you need to become a millionaire, you're going to get a number of habits that a lot of people say are important, and although they are, they're also just, they're not make or break, I guess, habits you could say. For example, millionaires, they read consistently. All right, I mean, do you read consistently? Tons of people read consistently. Are you a millionaire? They exercise. Millionaires exercise. Okay, do you exercise? Are you a millionaire? They hang out with successful people. They volunteer. The point I'm trying to make here is a lot of these things the average people do that aren't millionaires or that don't have a high net worth. A lot of people have habits like journaling, and those are good habits to have. I really think they're great habits to have, but the problem is I don't see that making or breaking the difference in you becoming a millionaire. And basically what I did, I grouped everyone together that isn't a millionaire, and we're gonna break down habits that they had that brought them to that level, and it's just gonna be a really big value-packed video. Hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you don't mind smashing that thumbs up button, that helps me out in a huge, huge way, and it really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just checking this out. Welcome to the channel, and make sure you're subscribed for all sorts of personal finance videos. So there are different types of millionaires and high net worth individuals. For example, there's people like Warren Buffett who made a living through investing and picking stocks. Then there's people like Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, people that are professional athletes. But believe it or not, these people do have similar habits, and we are going to talk about them in this video. We're going to get to the first one right now. And the first habit we're going to talk about is being obsessed, and obsessed in a good way. So for example, if you're someone who wants to start your own business, you're getting up a couple hours before you go to work, maybe you're working on it a couple hours after work, you're just continuously working on it, you're working on the weekends, maybe during your lunch break or whatever, you're just obsessed with whatever you're doing. You can be an NFL athlete and do this, you can be Warren Buffett if you're picking stocks and you really want to be a successful investor and you're always reading 10Ks and 10Qs, you can be obsessed with it that way. But you're obsessed in a healthy and a good way, all right? So basically what I mean by that is you're not gonna be somewhere it's like, oh man, I gotta make a YouTube video today, or oh man, I gotta read the stock report. You're obsessed with it in a good way, in a healthy way, and you genuinely enjoy your craft and what you're doing. But for example, someone like Elon Musk, he doesn't just stop working at 5 p.m. He's always working on his craft, and he genuinely enjoys his work. And that's very important if you're ever going to be overly successful and achieve a high net worth. You must be dedicated to your craft and married to the game. And this is a big reason why Tesla is a monster, because he's simply obsessed with the company. He's obsessed with everything that goes on in that company. And the thing is, it's gotta be an obsession that's gonna last for years and years and years. It's not gonna be an obsession that's only gonna last for a couple of days or a couple of months. Elon Musk didn't get Tesla to where it is overnight. It took him many, many, many years for Tesla to get to that point. Jeff Bezos did not bring Amazon to what it is today overnight. It took him over 20 years of being obsessed and dedicated to the game. And if you are someone that's not obsessed with whatever you're doing, if you don't have that true passion behind you, then chances are it might be a little bit harder for you to achieve that millionaire status or that status of a high net worth individual. Number two, and this is gonna seem like a little bit of a cookie cutter one that we wanna stay away from, but it's very important and it makes a lot of sense. And that's, you genuinely have to enjoy learning, but you have to genuinely enjoy learning the right things. And what do I mean by the right things? I mean, you genuinely have to enjoy learning things that are ultimately going to make you money in one way or the other. Personally, I think learning how to invest is something that's great for everyone. I feel like that's something everyone can get value out of, and it's something that's gonna help everyone in their lives, no matter who you are. But there's also things you can learn that will make you money in different ways. Like, for example, if you're an NFL tight end, you have to know how to block. And when you're coming up through the rankings, you need to learn how to block, whether it's for, I don't know, your quarterback, your running back, whatever the case may be, you need to learn how to block. And that's going to, in turn, learning how to do that is going to make you money, because no NFL team is going to give you a contract if you cannot block as a tight end. There's also, for example, say, we'll take Dwight Howard from the Lakers, right? Say he wants to expand his range so he can shoot threes now. If he could do that, he becomes more valuable. And by learning how to do that, granted, I guess he does technically know how to do it, but by improving his percentages and learning how to do that, teams might be willing to take more of a gamble on him and pay him more money because he learned how to do that. Number three, monetize any monetizable skills you might have. So for example, say you're really good at taking pictures and editing pictures. You might start some sort of side photography business, and maybe you don't want to blow it up like overnight, or you don't want to blow it up as big as like Tesla or Amazon or anything like that. But the thing is, you can take that skill, that's something you genuinely enjoy, and you can make money off of it. Everyone has some sort of skill that can do this. Regardless of what it is, everyone has some sort of skill and can provide value to someone else in some sort of way. I would recommend really sitting down, thinking what you like doing, what skills you have, and just really thinking about how you can monetize those skills. This doesn't have to be rocket science, guys. This can be something very simple. So say, for example, you like to travel and you've traveled to a lot of places around the world. You can do something like starting a travel blog. It can actually be that simple, and you can monetize it very, very easily if you stick with it. Like I just said, you don't have to be the next Amazon, you don't have to be the next Apple, you don't have to be the next Tesla, but you do have to have that drive, and you do have to attempt to monetize your skills. And lastly, number 4, you have to be willing to put in the work and work your tail off. Guys that play in the NFL, like, do you think they were slacking? Guys like maybe Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, do you think they're constantly going out every Friday and Saturday night? Guys in the NBA like LeBron and Kevin Durant, do you think they're going to house parties every weekend? Someone like Warren Buffett, do you think he was just sitting there watching Netflix every single night? And granted, all these things are okay, they're fine in moderation, but you have to remember, if you're not out there putting in the work, if you're not doing the best you can, someone else is putting in that work, and someone else is going to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Ultimately, these people are willing to sacrifice short-term satisfaction for long-term success. And if you're someone that's gonna say something like, oh, it must be nice, huh, to have all this money or all this success, don't be that guy, right? Just don't be that guy. Those people that have that success, that's from years of putting in the work, years of researching, years of learning, years of building habits. So it's not must be nice, it's wow, great job, like you really excelled. You really excelled and you did fantastic, okay? So if you're someone that's saying that, just don't, because if you're someone that's like, it must be nice to be a professional athlete, yeah, it might be nice, but I can guarantee you being a professional athlete is not as easy as some people portray it out to be. Just like it's much harder to pick individual stocks than what it's portrayed out to be. It's not easy reading all these 10Ks and all these 10Qs and all these, listening to all these conference calls. It's not that easy, but if you want to do it and you genuinely enjoy doing it, you'll be willing to put in the work. Ultimately, if you can just change your mindset, and instead of saying something like, I wish I could do this, say, how can I do this? How can I get out of debt? How can I make money? How can I learn how to invest? If you just ask yourself how you can do something and you take the steps to find that solution in order to do it, you're actually going to be a lot more successful, in my personal opinion. In all reality, if you do this, you're going to be just blown away with how much you can accomplish. And I truly believe every person can do this. And saying that, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope these habits helped you, and hopefully you can implement some of these habits into your life. Remember to like the video, please. That really helps me out in a huge way, and I appreciate every single one of you that are part of the Thumbs Up gang. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. We have more and more videos coming. Let me know in the comments what you think the most important millionaire habit is, and I will see you guys in the next video.